right? So we have Aedra and Daedra knowledge. And I'm going to rewatch this to learn more about it. But in this world, there are two types of deities, right? And I gave these deities distinction between Asura and Deva. And let's not even compare it to this game, but to explain those two things would require lots and lots of tools, right? But these beings take on real forms, right? They're forms that they're like divine personalities, I would say. So some devas are so far removed from human existence that that to describe them in a human ways would not be suffice because they're not really human anymore. But I make the distinction because a Asura and Deva, they're wrapped around the human or the soul that can become take on form, right? So it's kind of like a chain or not a swing in which a powerful Asura or Deva, right, has a lower form, right, and they oscillate between those two forms, right, and the distinction is that Asuras are power seeking, right? Devas are more knowledge seeking, are more light seeking, right? And usually there's like familial relationship between the two, in a sense that one tribe have their own devas and asuras, right? And these distinctions are Vedic, but I utilize it for the sake of understanding. The sake of understanding the swing. So there's like a swing that happens between the life of spirit and the life of man, right? So we already read that book. We should we read more books? Let's see. What other books do we have? Dream of Sovngarde. What is this? Okay, this is not bad. Hmm. Should I read it? Nah, I'm not gonna read that one. Explorer's Guide to Skyrim. Wait, we could read that. Okay, this is definitely something we could read. So as I said, the classification of beings and entities is something I'm interested in, and Deva and Asura is basically just an understanding of the swing between between being able to display your knowledge, right? So I don't want to go into much of the afterlife stuff, but devas exist as long as their names are known, right? It's only when a deva becomes a true god that they don't require so much reliance on humans or substance being in this world, but they still require substance in this world, right? Otherwise they fall back to this realm, right? So this is why I'm always adamant or I'm always forceful in saying that you must find something that you're interested in and actualize in it so that your spirit finds something that it can live in, right? Because this world is kind of like feeding. Oh, it's like feeding, right? It's feeding. It's a hunt. It's a hunt for your name, right? It's a hunt for your name, and your soul feeds on what it wants to feed on, right? Whatever you desire, you should seek it. Whatever you desire, you should seek it within limits, right? Create, and as you create, once you start creating, you get more and more closer to your Deva aspect. Once you start learning to appreciate the physical world, you're getting closer and closer to your Deva aspect, right? And really, your Deva aspect is is anything outside of simply surviving. Right? Let's finish this book. The Explorer's Guide to Skyrim by Marcius Carvane, Viscount Bruma. Far too often, noble visitors from Cyrodiil see little more of Skyrim than the view from their carriage. To be sure, this coarse, uncivilized province is far from hospitable. But it is also a place of fierce wild beauty, with grand vistas and inspiring natural wonders awaiting those with the will to seek them out and the refinement to truly appreciate them. If you have a mind to see Skyrim for yourself, I recommend beginning your adventure as I did. Ugh. Okay, that just popped up. If you are of a mind to see Skyrim for yourself, I recommend beginning adventures as I did by seeking out Stones of Fate. No doubt you are taken aback by the name, as I once was. The province and village folk have all manner of dark tales about these ancient monuments, stories of necromantic rituals and fell spirits of great and terrible powers conferred on any who dare to touch them. The stories are, as Jarl Aedra once told me, a load of mammoth dung, a bit uncouth, but you get the point. To be sure, keep your guards with you at all times. Brigands and wild animals are never to be taken lightly, but the stones themselves are nothing to fear. Quite the contrary, their proximity to cities and roads makes them ideal destinations for the novice explorer. And many boast spectacular views that make the journey well worth the effort. To whet your appetite, here are 4 such locations. Most travelers enter Skyrim by the way of Helgen, gateway to the north. If you find yourself in this backwater hovel, consider taking an afternoon's ride to the north, keeping to the road as it winds down the cliffs at the eastern end of Lake Ilnolta. Just off the path, on a small bluff, lie the Tree Guardian Stones, the greatest concentration of standing stones in all of Skyrim. The view of the lake here at sunset is simply sublime. Visitors from Chedenal will pass through Riften city of Indri and Norrisny since Tabistepton's day. If you seek adventure in the... Hey, Tabistepton is the guy they said was God. If you seek adventure in the Rift, leave the city by the southern gate and cast your gaze upon the bluff that rises to the south. Atop it sits the Shadow Stone, a fitting symbol for the city of thieves. Okay. Whiterun is... Yeah, that's where we are. Whiterun is the heart of Skyrim. Its towering palace rivaling even the great castles of Cyrodiil, but should you tire of the Jarl's hospitality, another adventure awaits. A few hours to the cast of the city along the road that rises above White River Gorge. The ritual stone can be found atop the lone hill that rises on the north side of the road. Step into an ancient monument. Take time to soak in the incredible view of Whiterun, the tundra and the gorge from this unique spot. More seasoned explorers may wish to visit Morkart, the ancient city of stone far to the west. The recent force on the rebellion has made travel in the reach perilous, but for those determined to seek adventure no matter the cost. Morkart. To seek adventure matter the cost. Another stone can be found to the coast of the city. East of the city, perched on the mountain above, called Scare Mine. Though the climb is difficult, reaching the summit is a milestone any explorer could be proud of.